Alrighty, so I'm going to be removing a GPU from this computer. I'm going to show you exactly how to remove the old drives completely safe, make sure everything's gone, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to do it. It isn't very hard. All you're pretty much going to need is screwdriver and some sort of utensil, chopsticks, eraser, pencil. I normally just use the screwdriver to push it, but some people get really anxious about damaging the motherboard, so I'm going to show you guys the easier way to do it. We don't have to worry about damage. Alright, please forgive me, my arm on this thing holding my phone is a little bit bouncy, but I'm going to show you guys exactly where to go to download this. This is my girlfriend's computer and her setup. It is much messier than mine, so I am sorry. So what we're going to do is look up DDU. And this will remove all the drives. It doesn't matter if it's NVIDIA or AMD. And I'll show you exactly where to go. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Choose whereabouts you're from. Click it. Scroll down. Oh, already did it. And we're going to open it. And extract all. I have so much on my C drive, I don't want to put anything more. So I'm going to go to this PC. Now you can do this any way you want, but I'm just going to throw it onto my empty one. And select folder and save it. After that, you can open up this. It should open. Extract. And this, and then this. Make it easier for myself, I'm going to drop it onto the desktop. Sometimes it doesn't open properly, but you'll see. Alright, so now that everything is all good, it's going to ask you to go into safe mode, so I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to click this and reset, but while you're doing this, on your keyboard, you're going to be holding Shift. So as you click reset, you're holding down the Shift button. So keep holding Shift and click reset. This will allow us to go into safe mode. So still holding Shift, resetting. Continuing to hold Shift. Now, if you are just cleaning the hard drive, let's say, or sorry, the GPU, you do not need to do any of this. You don't need to remove it. But anyways, go to troubleshoot, advanced options, start up, and then it's going to give you a couple things that are going to come up. You're going to click restart again. You can let go of shift now. I should have said something. Then it's basically going to open up a bunch of different options, and depending on what one the first one is, will be F1, F2, F3, or F4. Safe mode, I believe, is F4, if I remember correctly. And we can see right there, save mode, so F4. So click F4 and it's going to load us into safe mode. Alright, so now this is safe mode, and out of curiosity, yeah, it did fail, and then it made these two documents. So that didn't end up working. Now we have the joy of going to find it. Man, she is just so clustered with absolute crap. I don't even know where the recycling bin is. There it is. So let's just get rid of that so we don't actually do that. If we click start, we should be able to find it again. That's the zip. Let's just do it again. Extract all. Browse. This PC. Now you can save this wherever you want. I'm just going to extract it and replace the files. And then I'm going to open up U and click run. Did it do it? No, it didn't. No. There we go. Okay, so go up to DDU V18.052, and it's actually right in there. Okay, so now we're going to try to remove what drives we don't want. So we want the GPU drives, so select GPU. Should be able to see what I'm doing, and then it will say NVIDIA. I'll get a little bit closer because this part's actually important. Alright, so once that's done, I'm going to go clear and restart. Recommended. So now the computer is removing all the graphics card drives in one go, so you don't have to constantly find it in the control panel, delete, restart, and it will automatically restart when it's done. Alrighty. Think we're good to go. Now it should automatically restart for us, so we don't have to do it. And there we go. So my secondary monitor just turned itself off. That's another way to know if the drives actually got removed. And it will restart your computer, and when you load back up, you'll have no more drives. So just to be safe, just let the computer load itself back up and make sure that you can't find the NVIDIA drives just to be safe, because you don't want to have to do this twice. So I am not changing out my graphics card, but I was messing around with my other one and throwing it in there, so just to make sure there's no weird thing going on, I'm just going to do this. I know. Alright, so I can clearly tell that the resolution has gone pretty bad. It's no longer 1920 by 1080, and everything is all messed up. That's a good indicator to tell that your drives are gone. So what we're going to do now is focus on the computer side. So let's turn it off. Then we're going to flip the power switch on the back. This little switch to make it so it won't go on. And you can see right there, there's the lights. So now it's completely dead. Now I'm going to unplug it. Unplugged. And now we have the graphics card. So first thing I like to do, power cables. Here, let me get you guys closer. Might become a little bit wonky. Hopefully not. Hopefully the bouncing around isn't too irritating. This arm is not as strong as what I thought it was going to be. Here, set it up like that, and then put it down. Okay, so it's got little teeth up here. You can see when you push it in, it will lift. So you push the little thing on top. Usually it's on top. I know with my other graphics card it is at the bottom, so just indicate where those things are. So you just push that and then let it hang. Next, you have the screws. So we got the screws over here. And just make sure to watch out which one you're doing. Normally it's not the top one. If you have that bracket there, it will be the second and third. Now, depending on what sort of case you have, you might be able to just go straight in. With me, I have to go through these stupid holes, which sucks. Removing screw 1. Leave it there. And then through the third hole. Two. Okay, now on to the fun stuff. Getting that clip undone, which is the least favorite part of this. I'm shocked they haven't come up with a better phone. Alright, I am shocked they haven't come up with a better design, but they have not. So we're stuck doing this. Actually, at this point, I might as well just hold the phone. I don't need two hands. So if I can do this with one hand, you can definitely do it with two. So I'm going to use the chopstick. I'm going to push against that tab. It's going to push slightly out to the side. You can clearly see the angle that I'm on. Pushing it. Now it's open. Just for good measure, give it an extra little push. Now we should be able to grab this. Oh, see, it just pushed itself in. Give it a little jiggle. That little jiggle. And try pushing if you need to. You can push with the one hand to release it, and then pull out with the other hand with that jiggle. And then, beginner's mistake, I totally forgot to remove the the display ports. Step 1, remove display ports. Alright. So now we have the graphics card out. Now, this is when you would get the new graphics card, but I am just using this one. So I'm going to throw it back in. Make sure everything's out of my way. Hang that up there. Take the graphics card, make sure it is open. You can tell. Here, I'll just show you guys. That's closed. That's open. That's closed. That's open. We want open. Then next, we take... Just going to push that through because that's going to give me troubles. We push this in. Just going to hold the top of my PC and click in. And then give it a pull back. Make sure I can't get it back out. Push, pull, tug. Alright. Now we're going to do the screws. I recommend doing the one with a hole first, so that will be the lower one for me. There's one that's like open like a U, and there's one that's a perfect O. Do the O. The U one you can adjust a lot easier. This one you cannot. Alright. Circle one, screw until it's snug. You don't want to ream these things because you can strip them. And the more you take it out, the more stripped it becomes. And then just give it a jiggle to make sure it can't move around. Next, second one. And then screw it in. Make sure that's snug. Not moving. Now we can plug the power back in. Actually, before power, we should do the power connectors first. So I'm going to plug in the HDMI. Only one spot. Display port. Before I plug that in, I'm going to plug in these. So now there's teeth on these. So you have to make sure that they're connected like that. You see the two little squares just to hold it in place. If it's not, one side might not go in far enough. So slide it, connect it. There we go. And now the power cord can go back in. Stuff in it, and then I'm going to flip the switch on the back. Got lights. Power back up. Alright. Put that back in the arm. And we're going to load back in. Now, depending on what graphics card you have, NVIDIA or AMD, you're going to go to their websites. They're both pretty similar now. There is an auto detect. I recommend not using it. I would suggest typing in exactly what you have yourself. The auto detect does work, but I know that there's been a couple times where it's not nearly as good as what it should be. So I'm going to avoid it. Open up Chrome. Just go right over to Google, and you can search. Oh, guess I should give it a second to load. NVIDIA drives. So now there should be an auto detect, or there's this. This is the one that I was looking for. So this one is an RTX. It's RTX series. Whoops, I accidentally selected the wrong thing. GeForce RTX 20 series. It's a 2070 Super. I'm currently on Windows 11. So if you are on Windows 10, you would select Windows 10, Windows 11, and if you are using it for games, you want Game Ready. And we're going to click Search, and it should give us a bunch of options. It just gave us the new one. So now we're going to go download. Download. Well, that's doing its thing. I'm just going to close that. And I'm just going to make sure that I have NVIDIA Control Panel first. Okay, it doesn't look like I do. Oh, I think that was it kicking in. Yep, we just switched over. So now I should have Control Panel. Yep. So just to make sure before you do anything, you want to make sure that you have a NVIDIA Control Panel. If you don't have it, you can get it from the Microsoft Store. You can actually just go here. And you can download it from here. Now I just personally like to make sure that I have an NVIDIA Control Panel before, so you can get it from here. And it will be open, blah, 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 this, that, and your Bob's your uncle, and you can do your performance mode and all that wonderful stuff, but I'm focusing on the GeForce experience. Oh, I guess I closed it like a doofus. So now open it up, click yes. I highly recommend to make sure to save this one to your C drive. So I'm going to do that. Sorry this has been a very, very long video, but at least I showed every single step. I didn't fast forward past any of the mess ups that I did, so just don't do the same mess up as me. Don't forget to unplug your display cables, your HDMI display port, whatever you might have. So I'm going to want GeForce Experience. I'm going to go with an express download because I want everything. Now your computer screen should flicker every once in a while, and you can also see my secondary monitor is still black, so I have no GPU drives. I'll set it up like this so you guys can see the black monitor, and the second that it actually starts using the GPU properly, that secondary monitor will get a resolution again. And there we go. So pretty much after this, it's going to download. You're going to see log into your account, and from there you're perfectly good to go, and you have everything you need. I guess there's no point watching till the end. It's going to be kind of pointless. It's just going to do some flashing and stuff, and then come back, and then the secondary screen will come back on. Yeah, that's completely normal for it to do that. And we are finished. All right. So now GeForce Experience, just come up. The drives are on there. You do need to sign into your GeForce Experience if you do want to use all that stuff. And then after that, you are done.